G'day and welcome back to RC Model Reviews, another not so weekly news. And first of all, a big thank you to all my subscribers, all those of you who contacted PayPal on my behalf, because PayPal have relented and freed up my funds. I think one of the problems was they needed a utility bill from me that was related to my street address, but I don't have a utility bill that's delivered to my street address. They go to my post office box or they come by email, so they don't mention my street address. This is my telephone account, this is my power account. These days, in the days of the internet, a lot of people don't have their bills delivered to their mailbox, so they don't have their address on them. And that was a bit of a problem for PayPal, I think, because they weren't really aware of that perhaps. Maybe New Zealand is a little more advanced than other countries, I don't know. But anyway, looks like we've sorted the problem. So again, a million thanks to all you people out there, because now the money that was sent to me by Patreon is winging its way back to me as we speak, and when it arrives, I'll be able to get on and use it to good effect. And one of the first things I'm going to do is this floor of wonderful things here is going to be cleared up, and I will be sending stuff off to my Patreon subscribers. Those who have subbed me for $50 or more a month, you will be getting stuff from me. Hopefully I'll try and get as much out as I can. It may not be enough for everybody in the first month, but there will be stuff coming out again next month. As the stuff accumulates here, I'll be clearing it out. So if you're a Patreon supporter who flings me more than $50 or more a month, then drop me an email, let me know what it is you're interested in, whether it's FPV or mini quads or I don't know, whatever's, because I've got so much stuff here. Just give me an idea of your rough type of interest, and I'll see if I can find something, put in a little grab bag for you, send it off to you either this month or next month. So there you go. Now, stuff's come in this week, but it's a showcase video now. We're going to use the showcase to show you what comes in. In the meantime, I did have my calendars here because I haven't done a weekly news with a calendar for a while, and this is the Australian Met Service calendar. There's a shelf cloud. Remember I showed you these calendars a while back when I first got them. This is for April. There you go. So it's nearly out of date because it's I haven't done a weekly news in April. This is Luca's calendar. Now Luca's from Slovakia. I can't remember. What is it? Slovakia, something like that. Anyway, these are all his own pictures. He takes these pictures, and because this calendar is in, I think, Slovakian or whatever, that's the Slovakian word for April here. Now see, this is the learning channel. This is the learning channel. You've learned a new word. This is, I think, Slovakian for April. Try and remember that. I'll be testing you on that later. It is difficult, but stay with me. Right, that's that. Now, big excitement of the week was when I got a box from RunCam. RunCam, the people, they make the RunCam HD camera. Really nice, I like that. They make the RunCam Swift. I reviewed that recently, compared it to the HS1177. Now, the initial samples they sent me were the didn't have the infrared filter on them, so they were the colors were not quite as good as the HS117 with the infrared filter. So they sent me some samples with the infrared filter. So I'll be doing another review of the filtered version, just comparing it. And I think it'll be just exactly as good, maybe a little bit better than the 1177. So we'll take a look at that. But I thought, my goodness, here's the box that this stuff came in. Look, I thought there must be more than just a FPV camera in this box, and I was right. This is brilliant. I thought they sent me some T-shirts. I've got these T-shirts, and I thought, oh, this is, here we go. Oh, it's upside down. Send me T-shirts. Here's the T-shirt. See, look at that. Woohoo. People send me T-shirts, and I say I'll wear them. And I thought, now this is probably going to have some kind of cheesy advertising slogan. The Chinese companies seem to have gone into this recently. I know Walkera's got one, and all the companies now getting these little slogans, born to fly freely and all this sort of stuff, which, anyway. But I thought this is probably going to be a really crap T-shirt. And you tell me, was I right or not? Here we go. You ready? The big reveal. Can't see. Look at that. Who's that? Who's that person there? Oh, I cracked up, and so did everyone who's seen these T-shirts. Brilliant. They sent me, I think, 9. So I've got fluoro orange. I've got a nice grey, and I've got some white ones. Look at that. So there's a number of sizes. So I'm going to have to run some competitions to give some of these T-shirts away, because I'm not going to be wearing all of these T-shirts. I don't know if I'll wear any of them, but I will wear one on one of the videos. I won't do it this time because I've just unpacked the box, but there you go. So yes, you could win one of these very valuable T-shirts, and I'll even sign it. So there'll be a video coming up with the giveaway, with the competition. I don't know what it'll be yet, but anyway, I will sign a T-shirt. First prize will be one of these T-shirts. Second prize will be 2. So stick with me. That'll be coming up in a week or so's time when I've had a chance to work out what I'm going to do. Because who wants one of these? I'm sure lots of people do, but don't go filling the comments with me, because I will be doing a special video for that. But anyway, thank you, RunCam. I really appreciate it when people go to the trouble of making a super customized product like this, and hopefully the winners of the competitions will find them useful too. There you go. Now, other news, because this is the weekly news. What is it? Hang on, I'll be back. Told you, I'm back. News about drones. Now, there was a newspaper story, and I'm probably on the TV, but I don't have TV. I don't have a television. Well, I do have a television, but I don't use it for watching TV. I haven't watched broadcast television or cable TV or pay TV for 7 years now. Oh, I'm so old school. Yeah, I use a couple of online services to get any entertainment I want, but I don't have much time for entertainment. But anyway, so there was news on the media this past week, and maybe before, I'm not sure, that a Airbus A320 hit a drone while coming into land at Heathrow Airport. 137 people on board. Fortunately, not all of them were killed very much. In fact, none of them were even killed slightly. In fact, they couldn't even find any shred of evidence of a collision having taken place. But for days, the headlines read, "Drone strikes airliner on approach to Heathrow." And turns out actually that now they're saying, well, it was probably a shopping bag, one of those little light plastic bags that blow around in the wind. Really, guys, that's the level of journalism in this country, in any country, in all countries. It's crap now. I mean, they make stuff up. They really want these sensational drone horror stories, so they make stuff up. The airline pilot concerned said that he had a collision with an object that could have been a drone. So the newspapers and the media go, oh, it was a drone. They've crashed into a drone. The thing that rang alarm bells to me was that on examination, no damage was found on the aircraft and it was free to take off on its next scheduled flight. To me, if you hit any kind of drone, be it a Phantom or a professional drone or even just like a mini quad, you would have some damage to the aircraft. There's no way you could strike a drone with a big aircraft like that and not have at least a bit of paint chipped off. But no, there was absolutely no damage. So what do we do? There's this agenda worldwide within the pilots' unions, within the airspace regulators and within the media to vilify drones, which means we're all painted as bad, evil people because if we fly those drones, all we're trying to do is look through people's windows, invade their privacy, knock down airliners, and generally be bad people. Well, that's a load of rubbish. We're going to have to do something about that. I think we really need to lift our game. And every time the media comes up with this crap, we need to challenge it, and challenge it strongly, and bring facts into the argument. There's been very, very little reporting of the American University review, it was American University study, which indicated that the chances of an airliner or injury as a result of a drone in an airliner was less than once every 120 years or something, 180 years, I don't know. But no one takes any notice of that. And also, if these airlines and these pilots are so worried and the governments are so worried about this, why haven't they done a single test to see what a drone would do if it struck an airliner? Why not? One even test. I mean, they fire chickens and all sorts of things at these airliners. Surely they could just take the chicken out of the catapult and put in a DJI Phantom and let it go, see what it does. But they haven't. Why not? I think they would rather have us fearing the uncertainty that would be produced by one of these crashes than actually giving us evidence, because they know that it's all been blown out of proportion. And it's, oh yeah, sure, people could get injured. People could even die if a drone hits an airliner. But you gotta look at the risk. Risk is based on the probability of something happen and the consequence. Now, we don't know the consequences of a drone hitting an airliner because we haven't done the tests. And we know the probability. It's 1 in like a million, or there is no probability because there has never been a drone hit an airliner. So the probability is so very, very small that when you multiply it by the consequence, which is also unknown, a very small number times an unknown generally means a very low risk. But you can't tell these people that. They're not listening. They do not want to hear the facts. Anyway, that's a rant, isn't it? It's not a news, it's a rant. But anyway, there we go. Interesting also, though, that a number of regulators are now backtracking on their hard, heavy-handed regulatory approach, especially to commercial drone use. In Australia, as of September, you'll be able to fly your Phantom 2, 3 or 4 for commercial purposes without having to be certified, without having to go through all the paperwork and all that sort of stuff to get a license to do so. Because the Australian government is a little bit brighter than other governments, like perhaps New Zealand's or the regulators, because they realise that a 2-kilo drone is very low likelihood of killing anybody, very low likelihood of actually destroying any property. And in America, they're starting to move the same way. These governments or these regulators have wised up to the fact that we've had drones for 10 years and really, they're a hell of a lot safer than cars, than guns, than alcohol, than tobacco, yet we're regulating the snot out of them. We're looking stupid. Yes, well, so other governments around the world are backtracking. In New Zealand, no, they're not even reviewing the regulation as far as I'm aware. So it's still a potential $5,000 fine for a child to fly their little Cheerson CX-10 in a park or a school ground without permission. Anyway, enough ranting about that, won't get us anywhere. But there you go, that's a not so weekly news. Coming up, a showcase video. I'll let you know what will be coming up and that I'm waiting. Couriers, Let me pull my hair out. Too late, it's gone. Couriers, what do you do with them? Here in New Zealand, couriers are so bad. I'm sure it's the same the world over, but I have one package coming via UPS, which has been lost. It's gone, disappeared, poof. It's a lot of money's worth. Just poof, gone into the ether. They're looking for it. How hard can it be to find it? It's got a label on it. It goes from one part of the organisation to another part. It goes into a van. Surely someone must be responsible. I don't know. Anyway, so they're looking for it. How nice. Then there was TNT. TNT International Courier, that's fine. They had a package which arrived in New Zealand, I think, about Wednesday. No, it must be before Wednesday or something. About Wednesday, and they said it'd be dropped off by 6 o'clock on Friday. Yeah, I waited at home because I can't send courier packages to the airfield. They won't bring them out here. It's too far to come to an airfield. My goodness. So I have to wait home to accept the packages, or they leave a little card, and I've got to drive miles to go and pick them up. So I waited home 2 days. I waited home to receive these packages. Nothing came, and now it's Monday afternoon and still nothing's come. So I've got 2 packages. The other package, of course, from Walkera. They're sending me their new 210. I've got the older 210 here. This is the Walkera 210 Racing Mini Quad. Stop groaning in the back. Yes, it's a mini quad, but hey, just momentarily. They sent me this. They've sent the new one, which is able to fly like this. Yes, it's 3D capable. The motors will reverse and it will fly upside down. That must be, talk about airtime. Man, that's super airtime. You can hang as long as you like. It'll be interesting to see, because my 3D skills are virtually zero. So we'll see how long it takes me to break it. That'll be coming up. They're also sending me the Goggle 3 video glasses. That's I think it's 800 by 600 pixel resolution. That's pretty damn good. And of course, as I mentioned in an earlier video, I'll be lining up all the video glasses I have, including the Fat Shark HDs, the Skyzones, and a few others, and also Video Visor, the Hobby King Video Visor 2. We're going to get a panel of people to look at them and tell us what they think, because my opinion is one opinion, but we're going to have 4 or 5 people who fly FPV, some people who don't fly FPV, get their feedback on what they think is best and why. I was hoping to get the Spexman video glasses. Someone did say they were going to send a set of those, but they haven't turned up, so if they don't arrive, they're too late. If it doesn't arrive this week, they'll be out of luck. It'll be next weekend I do the test, so you've still got a few days to get them in if you want them included in the shootout, the comparison. Yeah, that's about it. I've got an extra 300 I think it is. That came from GearBest, and that'll be the fixed wing review this week. So look out for that one. It's not a new model. I think they've been out for a while, but it'll be interesting to see. I'm going to use it to test the Eternergy Bolt batteries as well. It takes a 4-cell pack, and I've got a Bolt 4-cell pack here, which I'll try out. The extra voltage, especially in a 3D model, it'll be very telling as to how much effect it really has. So stay tuned for that. We'll be testing the Eternergy Bolt batteries as well as the FMS Extra 300, I think it is, from GearBest. So stay tuned. That's it. Another Not So Weekly week. And again, I thank you all for coming to my aid in respect to the PayPal situation. And now I've got so much work to do, as always, so much work to do. Thanks for watching. Better get back to the bench. Oh, before I go, one other video coming up this week. I reviewed this. I liked it. It worked quite well. The thing I didn't like, dip switches, so you couldn't flick between channels. It's the Skyzone 700D, or Sky 700D LCD screen. Really nice matte finish screen, so it's not highly reflective. Diversity. I really liked this until it stopped working. It doesn't work anymore. I haven't used it that much. So we're going to pull it apart. We're going to do some fault finding, see if I can fix the damn thing. Got a set of Skyzone glasses too. Remember the 3D video glasses? Intermittent fault, remember? Haven't looked at those for a while. Might do a fault finding day on the bench. See how many of these things I can fix if I can. Problem with Skyzone, I can find no way to contact the parent company. How do you get hold of Skyzone? I've searched on Google, there is no Skyzone. So I can't say, please, can you send me some service information or schematics or whatever? No, so we're working blind. I'll show you how to fault find blind and the techniques I use when I want to find a fault on something, but I have no schematic diagram, I have no service notes, no instructions, whatever. Really, it requires a bit of thinking, but it can be done on a lot of occasions. The other one I've got to check is my other Skyzone video glasses, which also have developed an intermittent fault. Skyzone, what's going on? Have they bought a batch of components that fail at a particular time? I don't know. And they all seem to be very similar faults. It's power related. Basically, they go off and on, and they reboot and they stop. And so I'm wondering if they've got a really bad batch of components in the switch mode power supply sections of these LCD screens and video glasses. We'll have a close look, see what we can find. So stay tuned if you like the electronic fault finding videos. There'll be a few of those coming up. Anyway, as I said, time to go. It's getting late. Got things to do. Back to the bench. Spot you later. Bye for now.